Hey there, cat guardians! We're here today to talk about rabies in cats. Now, I know nobody likes to think about their furry little shadow getting sick, but trust me, this is one conversation we can't afford to ignore. Rabies is a deadly virus that affects the nervous system of mammals, including our beloved cats. It's primarily spread through the bite of an infected animal, and once symptoms show up, it's almost always fatal. Scary, right? But don't panic just yet. The good news is that rabies is preventable. That's why we're here today to arm you with the knowledge and tools you need to protect your feline companions and keep them safe from this deadly disease. All right, let's talk about the rabies vaccine, the most important tool in preventing rabies. This little shot is a lifesaver, literally. It helps your cat's immune system build up a defense against the rabies virus, so if they ever do encounter it, their body is ready to fight back. Now, I know some folks have concerns about vaccines, but trust me, the benefits far outweigh the risks when it comes to rabies. This isn't just about protecting your cat, it's about protecting your human family and community too. Kittens should get their first rabies vaccine around 12 to 16 weeks of age, followed by a booster shot a year later. After that, depending on where you live and the type of vaccine, your vet might recommend boosters every 1 to 3 years. Remember, laws about rabies vaccination vary depending on where you live. Some places require all cats to be vaccinated, while others might only require it for outdoor cats. But here's the thing, even if your cat is strictly indoors, we still strongly recommend keeping them up to date on their rabies vaccine. Why? Because you never know what might happen. A stray bat could find its way into your home, or your cat could slip out unnoticed. It's always better to be safe than sorry, right? Talk to your vet about the rabies vaccine schedule that's best for your furry friend. One of the simplest and most effective ways to protect your cat from rabies is by keeping them indoors. Cats are natural explorers. They love to roam and hunt. But the great outdoors is full of potential dangers, especially when it comes to rabies. The most common carriers of rabies are wild animals like raccoons, bats, skunks, and foxes. These critters are more likely to be carrying the virus, and if your cat comes into contact with one, it could be game over. By keeping your cat inside, you're significantly reducing their risk of encountering these wild animals and potentially contracting rabies. Plus, let's be real, indoor cats are less likely to get into fights with other cats, get hit by cars, or get lost. It's a win-win situation. Some cats might get restless staying indoors all day. If that's the case, there are ways to give them a taste of the outdoors without putting them at risk. Think about creating a safe and enclosed outdoor space, like a catio or a screened-in porch. You can also try leash training your cat so they can enjoy supervised outdoor adventures with you. If your cat goes outside, it's important to closely supervise them at all times. Remember, even if your cat is vaccinated against rabies, it's not a 100% guarantee. Vaccines help reduce the risk, but they don't make your cat invincible. So, when your cat is outside, keep a close eye on them. Don't let them wander too far, and make sure they're not interacting with any wildlife. If you see any wild animals in your yard, bring your cat inside immediately. It's better to be safe than sorry. And for the love of all things furry, don't encourage your cat to hunt or play with wild animals. I know it might seem cute, but it's incredibly dangerous. Remember, even a seemingly friendly animal could be carrying the rabies virus. Let's face it, wild animals are resourceful. They're always on the lookout for food, water, and shelter, and sometimes our homes can inadvertently provide those things. But don't worry, you don't have to turn your backyard into a concrete jungle to keep wildlife away. There are plenty of simple and humane ways to make your property less appealing to critters that might carry rabies. First and foremost, secure your garbage cans. Make sure they have tight-fitting lids and are stored in a secure location. Next, eliminate any potential food sources. Don't leave pet food outside and clean up any fallen fruit or birdseed from your yard. Water sources can also attract wildlife, so make sure to empty any standing water in buckets, bird baths, or other containers regularly. Finally, seal up any potential entry points to your home. Check for cracks or holes in your foundation, walls, and roof, and seal them up with caulk or wire mesh. Remember, a little bit of prevention goes a long way in keeping your cat and your family safe from rabies. We all have a role to play in preventing the spread of rabies, and that includes being vigilant and reporting any suspicious animal behavior to the authorities. Remember, rabies affects the nervous system, so infected animals often exhibit unusual behavior. If you see an animal that's acting strangely, like stumbling, drooling excessively, or being unusually aggressive, don't approach it. Instead, contact your local animal control or law enforcement agency immediately. They're trained to handle these situations safely and can determine if the animal needs to be tested for rabies. Don't try to capture the animal yourself. Leave that to the professionals. Don't let your cat near any animal that's acting strangely. It's just not worth the risk. Now, we know this is a tough one, but it's important to be aware of the signs and symptoms of rabies in cats. Early signs of rabies can be subtle and easily mistaken for other illnesses. Your cat might seem lethargic, have a loss of appetite, or experience a fever. As the disease progresses, you might notice more specific symptoms, such as behavioral changes. Your cat might become unusually aggressive, restless, or irritable. They might also exhibit uncharacteristic vocalization like howling or crying. Neurological problems. Rabies affects the nervous system, so you might notice your cat having difficulty walking, stumbling, or experiencing paralysis. Excessive drooling or foaming at the mouth. This is a classic sign of rabies and occurs because the virus paralyzes the muscles in the throat, making it difficult for the cat to swallow. Seizures. Seizures are a serious neurological symptom and can be a sign of advanced rabies. If you notice any of these symptoms in your cat, it's crucial to contact your veterinarian immediately. All right, folks, let's talk about another important step in protecting your cat from rabies, and that's spaying or neutering. Spaying or neutering your cat isn't just about preventing unwanted litters. It also plays a crucial role in reducing the risk of rabies. Unneutered cats, especially males, are more likely to roam in search of mates. This increases their chances of encountering wild animals and potentially being exposed to rabies. Unneutered cats are also more likely to fight with other cats, which can lead to bites and scratches. These wounds can provide an entry point for the rabies virus if the other cat is infected. By spaying or neutering your cat, you're not only helping to control the pet population, but also reducing their urge to roam and fight, which in turn lowers their risk of rabies exposure. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. Even if your cat is up to date on their rabies vaccine and you take all the necessary precautions, accidents can still happen. If your cat does get bitten or scratched by another animal, it's crucial to take immediate action. First, wear gloves and wash the wound thoroughly with soap and water for at least 5 minutes. Then, contact your veterinarian immediately. Even if the bite or scratch seems minor, it's essential to have your cat examined by a vet as soon as possible. They can assess the situation, clean the wound properly, and determine if your cat needs a booster shot of the rabies vaccine or any other preventive treatment. Remember, time is of the essence when it comes to rabies. Don't wait to see if your cat develops symptoms. All right, let's wrap things up with some practical tips on how to prevent wildlife from being attracted to your property in the first place. Remember, prevention is key when it comes to protecting your cat from rabies. Here are a few things you can do. Keep your yard clean and free of debris. Piles of wood, leaves, and other yard waste can provide shelter for wildlife. Trim overgrown bushes and trees. These can also provide hiding spots for critters. Don't leave pet food outside. This can attract raccoons, opossums, and other animals that might carry rabies. Install motion-activated sprinklers or lights. These can deter animals from approaching your property. Consider using a physical barrier. If you have a problem with wildlife getting into your yard, you might want to consider installing a fence. By taking these steps, you can make your property less inviting to wildlife and reduce the risk of your cat coming into contact with a rabid animal. So there you have it, folks. Protecting your cat from rabies might seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. By following these simple tips, you can significantly reduce your cat's risk of encountering this deadly virus and give them the best chance at a long, healthy, and happy life. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about rabies, the better equipped you'll be to protect your feline companion. And as always, if you have any concerns about your cat's health, don't hesitate to contact your veterinarian. They're your best resource for keeping your furry friend safe and sound.